Hi, I'm Jen. I love to travel and I love to make stuff. I've always had this desire to make stuff, little crafts, little projects. Many years ago, almost a whole adult person ago, I bought a book. I bought a book on soap making. I had this really intense desire to make my own homemade soaps with smells and botanicals and all kinds of cool stuff. So I bought the book, read through it, and then I got to this part about the lye. It scared me half to death. It was all kinds of problems that could happen, like exploding, acid burns, all kinds of weird chemical reactions that I just felt like I was a little not ready to handle. So I kind of put the book aside. Every once in a while, I'd go back and look at it, and then just the whole lye part just scared me. You gotta remember, these are back in the days before you could go on YouTube and see people doing it. Fast forward to more recently. Look on YouTube, it doesn't seem so intimidating. I see all the gloves and the goggles and all the protective stuff, so a little bit intimidated by it. So I put it off for a little bit more. And I said, you know what, no more. I'm not gonna fear this. People have been making soap since way before all this protective gear even did it. They were making it on the homesteads. So I'm gonna give it a try. So what did I do? Drag my mother into the whole thing. It was not that bad. So now I just want you to join me on my little adventure of soap making. Still early stages, hope to get better, but it was actually pretty fun. Moral of the story is just overcome your fears, give it a try and do it. Here you see my various supplies. We have our bowls, gloves, stirring utensils, scale, containers, and most importantly, the different oils, the lye, vinegar for cleaning, and stick blender. Next, you'll see me measuring out my oils. I use coconut oil, almond oil, and olive oil. Measurements have to be exact, so you will need a digital scale for these measurements. Once your oils are measured out, you'll begin heating them in a crock pot. Next up comes measuring out your lye. Make sure you use a digital scale to get precise amounts. Now you want to measure out your water using a digital scale as well. I use distilled purified water. Okay, well, so basically I have all the stuff mixed up. I got the water mixed up.
Okay.
And I've got the lye mixed up.
All right.
So the chemical reaction occurs when you gently, slowly pour the lye into the water.
Me? Why?
That's me, because I got the safety stuff. I got the goggles and I got this.
Okay.
Your job, if anything happens, you're to douse me in vinegar.
Say what?
Now, I know my mom didn't seem totally convinced, but she was all in.
Wait. I didn't know that dousing was a part of this.
Well, I'm just saying, you've got the safe part. I'm the one all gloved up, and it's like about 95 degrees out here, and I got this black shirt on, long sleeves, and all this and stuff. So, we're going to be careful. It's going to be okay. But like I said, if anything happens, you just douse it, especially the moneymaker. If anything happens to the moneymaker, you douse it with vinegar. You got it?
Got it.
My dogs sound even less convinced. Once you add it to now the here water, comes the part that gave me the most fear and the most trepidation of this whole process.
Can we just move that a little that way so if it heats, it's not really going to heat that? Okay,
You
we're
worried
good.
about your fencing? What about me? Okay, so then the shot. Here we go. I'll turn it this way. Ew, it's like weird. Now this is the part that scared me. Okay, so it's not so scary. Not as scary as I thought it would be.
What were the possibilities of this chemical reaction?
Just like, minor stuff. Smoking, fumes, explosion.
The usual.
The usual.
Okay.
And so,
Mm-hmm.
yeah, it's not quite as scary as I thought it would be. I thought it was going to be like plumes of toxic smoke and right about there is where it got me.
Did you get a whiff of it?
Yeah.
Mm.
Now I'm just holding my breath. Okay, let's get this stuff. So you always want to make sure you're not downwind of it before you run your mouth.
Right?
I'm going to step back because I've been holding my breath most of this time.
Yeah, step away and breathe.
And breathe. Oh, don't let me die. I don't want to die over soap, baking soap when I could have just bought it.
Okay. Thankfully, no dousing.
No dousing. Oh, it is warm. Yeah, it's supposed to be really warm. That's what the reaction does.
Mm-hmm.
So it does feel warm. Okay. So, the final step in this chemistry experiment, adding the lye slowly to the heated oil. Now you have to blend your ingredients together with a stick blender. The goal is to get them to trace. Trace is blending them together until they become a pudding-like consistency. Now you're leaving it to cook for saponification. This takes about 1 to 2 hours. In the meantime, I want to do a little yoga, but I need a little caffeine boost, so I make myself my homemade cafe au lait. So yoga's done and the cooking process is completed. So now I'm going to place my soap in these little molds. I made a small batch because I didn't want to make too much since this is my first trial. So over 24 hours have gone by and I've taken my soap out of the mold and you can see the consistency. It's a very soft soap. I did add lemongrass oil in for fragrance. Soap is soft. You put too much pressure on it, it could be a little crumbly. So I want to show you how well it lathers. So it's real smooth and it feels pretty silky and it's got a decent lather to it. Not too much, not too little. And like I said, it feels very soft, very silky. Not oily. And overall, I actually really like this soap. I was happy with the way it came out. I wish it were a little bit firmer. The smell is nice. It has a nice lemongrass smell. I probably could use a little bit more lemon oil in it. My hands don't feel greasy. They feel pretty smooth. So looking back, I don't think fear was the exact word for why it took me so long to actually start the soap making process. I think it was more of self-doubt, maybe a little intimidation. That self-doubt and intimidation that gives us all a slow start on things like soap making and making a YouTube video. I'd like to continue with the soap making. I really enjoyed it, but I'm going to start slow with small batch recipes. If you have any great small batch recipes for skin or hair types of soap, write it down in the comments. Please let me know. I'm really interested in this. I'd like to pursue it further, along with other things. So join me in these adventures as I discover making things, doing things, and going places. Hope to see you soon. Click and subscribe below.